Hi, uniquely Mia.
Hello.
Today we will be cooking some curry goat with some brown rice and perhaps some steamed broccoli. Can you see the bowl?
Are you cooking goat and you don't even eat goat?
I'm cooking it for stew. He
Why are you
requested.
recording that? That's gonna take forever.
Well, you could go to sleep and I'll stay on the live. So this is the goat. He basically, when you was on the live earlier, we went into the meat store. I don't know if I got a video of it, but they cut it up for him. So this is the goat. So what I would do is cut the bag of goat open. So this is fresh goat meat. And what I'm going to do is kind of fat. So what I'm going to do is I want to cut it up a little smaller. Can you see the bowl? Can you see the cutting board next to it? Can't see. We use this red. Flat. Are you seeing this red cutting board? Mia? You have to tell me yes or no.
Yes.
I'm some lemon here. So what I'm going to do is take some of, see, this is pretty fat, pretty thick goat. So I'm going to cut it a little smaller. Do you see me cutting up the meat?
Yes.
Okay, good. And what I'm gonna do is remove some of the fat. See, it has some fat on it. This is the fat. So I'm basically gonna remove some of this fat as much as I can get off of it. I won't be able to get all of it off. You see all this? You don't want to cook with this. This is all fat. It's not healthy for the body. It's just gonna have a lot of oil in it. So you want the meat to. So this is the goat meat to be clean like this. So you need a sharp knife to basically remove the fat. You see this? You don't want to cook this. This is a no-no, not good for the body. So remove that. So he bought this from the meat market, very fresh. I'll show you they have the meat hung up. I'm not going to cut through. This is a big piece of bone. I'm not going to cut through the bone, but this is going to cook and it'll get really soft. Goat meat is a meat that's very tough. So if you have a pressure cooker or if you don't have a pressure cooker, you basically let it boil. It's not a meat. This is not a dish like you can cook within like 15 minutes. It's a very hard meat. So I'm basically cutting down the goat meat, trying to trim the fat off. That's how they would say it. I'm trying to cut as much of the fat off of it. Take this piece with all this fat. We don't want that. Let's try to clean it. And when you cook goat meat, you want to cook the bone because if you're a meat eater, the bone have a lot of vitamins and flavor and everything. So I think like this size is a pretty nice size to cut the goat meat up. So the first step in this is bringing it home and trimming the fat off. If your butcher didn't do that already, see all this. This is just fat. This is just grease. You don't want this. If you could cut, see it has the meat underneath that, so you want to get rid of all that fat. This is garbage. We're not going to cook this. When you cooking for yourself, this is why it's nice to cook at home for yourself because some restaurants, if they take the time to like remove the fat, they will charge you a little bit more. But if these are recipes like you can basically cook for yourself,
Welcome, Dorma man. I'm
you
right
can
here, guys. Yeah, that's my mom. She's cooking. So enjoy her cooking videos for today. For lunch, I already ate her home cooked frozen food. So for dinner, I'll taste the chicken patty that's frozen in my fridge. So she's making curry goat for you guys.
I'm making this for Stu and them. They can have a plate. They can come and have a plate if they know the address. So Stu requested this. So what I'm doing now is basically making the goat meat a little smaller, and I'm trimming the fat. I'm removing the fat from the goat meat. This is a piece of bone. You see that piece of bone there? So basically I'm going to leave this like that. That's a piece of bone. Look at this big piece. You get beef like this, you want to trim it down, make it smaller. And I think when you cut it and you make it a little smaller, it's going to cook quicker too. See all this fat? So trimming all this fat off of it. See, when you cook at home for yourself, you get to cook a little healthier. You know, you things, you don't have to put sugar in it. I knew this man every time he cooked, everything he cooked. He could have cooked rice, he put sugar in it. He cooked stew, he put sugar in it. When you cook for yourself, you try to cook a little healthier, because all of us go out to restaurants and stuff and know the restaurant is cooking, so you will continue to come back to them. So the food tastes really good because they put sugar in it. But what is it doing to your body? You know, what is it doing? You're going to eat like that for 40 years, and then the last few years you can't have it. It's better you learn to control yourself and balance it out. Like prepare some meals at home. So once in a while you could go out there and enjoy the restaurant food, but not all the time. So, not all the time. And cooking is very simple. You know, it takes practice. The first time you do it, of course, it's going to be difficult. It's like anything in life. If you were never taught to cook a particular way, it's going to be difficult. But they have great recipes that tells you how to measure how much of this to use. You know, so it's trials and error. You keep trying till you get it correct. Look at all this fat. So yeah, see this? So if I cook all this, you're going to see how much oil would be in the pot by the time I'm finished. Remember, you're not going to remove all the fat, but it's better to remove some than leave all.
Well, I do like the pajamas, so what I just put in the oven has to cook for 35 to 40 minutes. So I'll set my timer for 40 minutes.
What are you cooking?
The pajamas are from Primark, guys. It's the Minions.
What are you
I'm
cooking,
making
man?
the chicken patties.
Oh, okay, okay. This have a big bone in it. The butcher should have cut this down. He should have broke this down a little more. He didn't break it down. I'll try and see. It has a large bone in the center, but it has a lot of meat around it. So try to cut this out. Okay, so I think we must have cut this one off too. When I think it's over, I find another piece. Ooh, look at this. I was gonna cook this. I thought it was over. You see all that? This is not meat. This is fat. This is terrible to eat this fat. Heart attack. You don't need to eat all that. That's garbage. We don't need to eat that. And I don't even think it tastes good. It's like you eating it was like a whole stick of butter. You eat that. But what I'm doing basically is feeling. I'm basically feeling to see. I think I got all of it. So what I'm gonna do is wash my hands with some soap because this is meat. And as when Mia had the last cooking video that we did, I told y'all the way I like to soak my meat, wash my meat, is with vinegar and lemon or lime. So this is vinegar. And basically, I'm just throwing that all over. I'm soaking this in some vinegar. And then I have some lemons here. It's basically going to squeeze the lemon into the meat. I'm going to let this soak for about 5 minutes. Not too long, because we don't want, if you let this soak too long, then what's going to happen is your meat is going to be tasting lemony or vinegar. And we're not making a sauce. We want to make a curry, so, which that would go nice with the curry, because that would actually go pretty well. So then what you would do is, I'm doing this, I would normally do this over the sink, but I want you guys to see. So if this is chicken or whatever it is, vinegar is in there, and then I would take the lemon. If you don't have lemon, use lime, and just try to rub it. It's like you're giving the meat a bath. You know, when you bathe your skin, you would take your washcloth and soap it up. That's what you do in here. So you see, when I prepare this food, it's well clean. So if it has a bone in it, like this big bone, whoever is eating this could enjoy this. They could suck all the bone marrow out, just enjoy it, because it was well clean and it's well prepared. One thing, if you're going to cook, I think you have to enjoy cooking. Whether you're cooking for yourself, or you're cooking for your children, or you're cooking for your husband, or you're cooking for your wife or your parents, whatever, you have to enjoy cooking. Because if you do not enjoy cooking, the food is not going to come out right. It's not going to taste right. You enjoy cooking, you have to take your time too. Set aside time. Look, a piece of fat there. So I don't want this fat, so I'm going to try to cut that piece off. Yeah, take your time. Set aside time. Okay, well, I'm preparing dinner today. So, you know, something 2 hours is going to be for this dinner. You know, and do the stuff properly. Don't rush. So this is the beginning process. So what I'm going to do is let this sit here for a few minutes, and then I'm going to wash it out, and then I'm going to season it up. So let me wash my hands off, and always wash your hands and wash your item when you touch meat with your soap. So while that is soaking, I'm going to cut up. I'm going to begin cutting up which way is better for you to see. Should I move this? Which one you're seeing better, Mia? The bowl or the cutting board?
What?
Do you have a clear view of the cutting board?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you to everyone who has subscribed. We greatly appreciate your support, guys. If you're a new viewer, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share it for more cooking videos. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed. I do know you subscribed, Door Mob fan. Thank you so much. We're on our way to 1,000 subscribers. I currently have 715. Thank you so much. Can we get to 720? Thank you, guys. So I'm muting myself for the most part so you can hear her when she speaks, but definitely continue to write comments. And when I get up, I'll definitely read your comments.
So another thing. Well, y'all know that I do not eat the goat meat. Mia do not eat goat meat. But I have some Edo here. And what I'm gonna do, because he's gonna enjoy this food, he's gonna eat the curry goat with some brown rice, and I'm gonna make some curry egg. If you love egg, if you are an egg lover, tune in, stay on the live. If you cannot stay on the entire live, when we're finished, go back and rewind. Because this is one, if you love eggs, I think this is one of the best dishes. This is an Edo. So I'm going to make some curry eggs with Edo separately for myself. But let's get started on what I'm going to need. I have some garlic here. Garlic is something really good to cook with. So I have a garbage right here. So the first thing is we want to peel some garlic. Have the onion here, nice, beautiful white onion. Whatever onion you like, you basically can get. Sweet onion, whatever your favorite onion is. Just get one large onion. And this is what we're doing while the goat meat is basically sitting in the vinegar and lemon. So by the time we finish, remove the skin from this stuff, it's time for us to wash the meat out. So then we're going to set that aside. When you're cooking, you have to like do different things. You know, this is how the process finish quicker. Because normally, like, you would soak the meat down. Do you see me peeling the garlic? Because I cannot see the camera at all. So I have to, if my hands is not inside the camera, Mia, you're going to have to let me know. So I'm basically peeling garlic. I'm going to peel all and then I'm going to wash it. Please wash everything you're cooking for yourself. You don't want to eat skin. You don't want to eat, you don't put anything dirty in the food, no cross contamination. You're cooking for yourself and your family. So you have water. You should have water if you're cooking.
All right,
So
guys. Thank you so much for subscribing. There's a comment. Hi, Markel. Welcome back to the live. Today's my mom is cooking. There's a comment how to donate. So first and the easiest way to donate and support Uniquely Mia is by subscribing to the channel, which you guys already did, hopefully. After that, if you want to go the extra mile, I am a published author. The link to my book is on the homepage of my YouTube channel. There's also a GoFundMe there where you can donate if you would like. So those are awesome ways. And Cash App is $uniquely123. But honestly, just appreciate your subscriptions. And you can check out my book, which is on Amazon. I'm doing pretty
yeah,
good now. Markel, how are you doing?
ooh.
I don't know what happened to her camera, guys.
Oh, you off?
This
I'm not,
head tie makes my face shape funny,
you
but
not
it's not.
hearing me? Hello?
Yes, we hear you. I don't know what happened to her camera, guys. What happened to your camera? Yeah, definitely say hi. Once she regains her connection, she'll
A
respond.
call was,
Okay, she left. I think she's gonna come back in. But my mom is making curry goat. I'm making a chicken patty, Jamaican chicken patty. I've never had it before. Earlier this afternoon for lunch, I ate some of my mom's homemade food. So some more is defrosting in the fridge, so I'll eat that tomorrow. So for dinner, I'm just eating something light, trying something new. So we'll do like a food review on that once it's ready.
a call was
Chicken
coming in.
patties, yeah. If you get the right chicken patty, it's really good from the right place. But I've never had this brand, nor have I ever made my own chicken patty from a frozen one. So I don't know how it's
I
gonna.
never, oh, I
So we'll
made you
see
fresh
how it
patties.
tastes.
I made you fresh patties before, Mia.
No,
It's just cheese roll.
yes.
Oh yeah.
Markel said hi, mother.
Hi, Markel. Thank you for joining the live. Thank you for the support. All the support that you give to us, you will be able to see how it's being used. Mia Education. You guys see she's in school, and she's not just in school, borrowing money. She is in school. She has 2 on-campus job as well as being a student. So whatever you can contribute to her is going towards her education, and she's gonna continue to make a live, do the videos so you guys can follow her along on her progress. So it's like if you believe in her, whatever little, I saw somebody donated $10 to her GoFundMe page, and we appreciate that $10 so much because it tells me that it's just a lot. It's a lot. What $10 may not be nothing to someone, but it's a lot to some people. And for them to actually take the time to even go and do that, or like Mia said, just by subscribing to her, liking her video, sharing her video, that's another way that you can help her. But so I'm so proud of her. She's basically a young woman that she knows she needs her education, and she have no choice. We have no choice. She have to borrow the money. That's the only way. Because if we had the money to pay for it, she would not need to borrow the money. But unfortunately, we give thanks that we have those loan options available to us, because if we didn't have those loan options available to us, she would not be there. It would be impossible. She would have to just come out of school and go and get a simple job, and that's it, you know. But so we're not complaining about the loans. We're thankful that she have that available to her. But she also discovered the YouTube. That's a way that could possibly help her, just by her sharing her days.
Brief intermission, guys. Markel asks you what you're cooking, and Door Mobman, thank you so much for just considering it. But if you can't donate monetary, your support subscribing is greatly appreciated. But answer Markel's question, Mom. He wants to know what you're cooking.
Markel, this is goat. This is goat meat. So I'm making a curry goat with some brown rice and some broccoli. Me and myself, we do not eat meat, so this dish is for Stu. So all of this is for him. And when I'm finished, after I get his curry goat on the fire, I'm going to prepare a curry egg with Edo and let you guys see that. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to move this to the sink, and I'm going to basically wash this out, and I'll be back. I'm going to have to move all this because I'm going to need space. I think that's enough garlic. So I'm just going to go. I don't have the fancy cameras where I can bring you over to the sink with me. So I'm just going to wash it out over here. You can hear the sink, and I'll be back over. And when you're washing the meat, you want to wash it on with cold water. Do not wash it. Do not wash it with hot water. You want to wash it on cold water, because hot water will start to cook it. And we don't want this to begin cooking before it's ready. We have to season it and marinate it and do all that stuff with it. And this is something like you can season up the meat like a day before, a month before. The longer you marinate the meat for, the more delicious it's gonna taste. So
If
basically,
people want to know if you have your own YouTube channel that they can subscribe to.
I'm working on it. I'm working on it. But for now, support me. I'm working on it. Right now, basically, we're trying to support her and have her win, because what I'll be doing is just whenever she allows me in, I'll just come on, join her live, and I'll be preparing the meals on her live. That's my way of contributing to her growth. You know, if anyone loves food, hopefully some food lovers are going to come in, and, you know, that's going to support her. So basically, I'm trying to advise her to bring a variety of different content, just to not miss out on anyone. So, and this is fresh goat meat, because we was in the store, like I said, we was live earlier. So you would have saw it. This is nice, clean, and fresh goat meat. Your meat should not smell. When you buy fresh meat, it should not have a bad smell to it. If it have a bad smell to it, something is wrong. So I basically rinsed it and I rested in this strainer because I'm trying to let some of the water drip out. So I'm gonna wash the bowl underneath and then come back here. Let me move. I'm gonna rest this on a plate because I want to wash the bowl underneath it. So while the extra water basically drip out of it. And you want to wash the bowl that it was in. Okay. So the meat is washed. So I'm gonna transfer it back to a bowl. I always like to use a large bowl because you have space. Can you see the entire bowl, Mia? Huh?
Push it down a little bit.
Where, to the back?
Just push it and I'll tell you if you're pushing it right. I don't know, Mom.
Look. Wait. Are you seeing it? Or bring it the other direction?
Bring it the other direction.
Forward, this way?
So you're like left or right.
To my left or right? This way?
Yeah.
So you're seeing the entire bowl now?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is how I store. I use a lot of peas. So
Markel, Mother's name is Mother on YouTube.
Mother or mommy. When she wants something from me, I'm known as mommy.
This is her stage name.
So the first thing you want to add is, I usually buy like onions and scallions and different type of seasoning and blend it up. So you want to add some of that to it. Basically garlic and everything already blended up. You want to add that to it. You want to add your black pepper. You've seen the entire bowl, you said, right? Added some black pepper. You could add some all-purpose seasoning or cubes, whichever one you like.
Yeah.
Okay. You could add your garlic seasoning, your onion seasoning, whatever you
Mom,
like to use. Yes?
Lauren said the meat should be cut smaller.
I did that already. His name is Stu.
Well, his username is Lawrence Stewart.
I'm adding some adobe seasoning. Right? Whatever you like, you add to it. If you have some, I don't add salt because if you're adding all these seasoning powder, you don't need to add salt. Now I'm going to share. There's a lot of different brands of curry, but why I choose to use this, my mother used it. And I think the other curry that I like is a chief curry. Chief curry is pretty good, but this is the curry that I normally use. So I would add a little bit. I'm not going to add a lot, just a little bit of curry here because I'm going to show you what I usually do. So that's just a little bit. That's about a small spoon. I never measure. Perhaps if I get like big enough, I'll measure. So I'll do some curry in there. I need to get some coming back. Now, to me, to make a delicious curry, you have to have this. And I travel all the way to South America just to get this. This is my secret, but it's not a secret. A lot of people use it. This is a jeera. Some people, when they prepare curry, they would just use the curry powder by itself. And when you go out to the restaurants, they would use the jeera or the masala inside of it. But I just use the mixed jeera. And I put a little tip in here, not a lot. I think jeera is known as cumin.
It's a bright day in my dorm. I
Right.
suppose it is, guys.
So just a little tip in there. And Stu like his meal. Let me see if I have, I don't think I have any. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just cut a little bit of garlic directly in there. squeeze it out. Let me see if I have a garlic presser. Not bad too. So I'm going to take some garlic and just drop it in there and basically squeeze it out. This is like on garlic and curry go very well together. Yeah. Just a little bit. If you like it spicy, if you want it like spicy with pepper, if you have some hot pepper, you could have like cut up a small hot pepper and you could have diced it up. And you have to use your hands as a cook. If I'm cooking for someone, like if I'm cooking for someone else, like they're having a party, if I'm having a party, I would use the gloves. But I'm cooking for Stu, I'm cooking for Mia, and I'm cooking for myself. So my hands is clean, you know. So I'm good like this. Or some people would use the gloves because they don't want the stuff. But I think as a chef, you have to feel the food. Listen to me, a chef, and giving myself title. I upgraded myself from home cook to chef. Uniquely Mia made me famous. If you smell the aroma from the curry and the jeera, oh my goodness, and the garlic and the grind up seasoning that I put in there, it smells incredible. So what we're going to do now, I'm going to cover this with a piece of aluminum foil. If you have one of these bowls, that's what they should make. They should create this bowl with a cover. I never saw this with a cover. It's always just single by itself. So I'm gonna cover this. Put this back here. And what I'm gonna do is set this aside and let it marinate while we prepare the other stuff. We work on the other part. So if you're cooking meat, that's one of the first things that you should do. Season up your meat. Or if you purchase it, like you go grocery shopping, you could season up all of your meat from before and you could put it in a Ziploc bag. So when you come home, you just grab stuff and prepare your meat. So what I'm gonna do next, I want to wash all of this out and I'll be back. So let me wash here down, and let me dry up here, wipe this down. And always have a cloth with a little bit of soap on it just to keep wiping. So you try to clean as you go. Okay. So the cutting board. Can you see the entire cutting board, Mia?
Yes.
Okay. So garlic is on there. Onion is on there. I'm gonna use a piece of the sweet pepper. When I use the sweet pepper, I usually cut it and remove all of the seeds from in it. And Stu did not tell me in advance that he wanted me to prepare this dish for him. Because if he did, I would have made sure I had the hot pepper, the thyme. I don't have any thyme. I don't have any hot pepper. So, but when you read a recipe and it tells you need this, you could do without it. Not every single thing you need. If I had the thyme and the hot pepper, it would just make it more delicious. But it's gonna be delicious. It's gonna be delicious without it.
You said you could use a pot cover as a cover.
I would need a very large pot cover. I don't have Yeah, because you would save on the aluminum foil. but I would need, I don't think I have a pot cover. Oh, yes, I think I do. I do have a pot cover that big. The pot I usually use to make the chow mein. So this is garlic. Basically dicing this up. And I think like scallions and garlic and sweet pepper and thyme and onion, you may say I've already put that in grind up. It does. You have to use this when you're preparing meat. The flavors from it is absolutely incredible. Not only is it healthy for you, I think garlic is very good for the body. So that's why I try to cook with a lot of garlic. And if you're not smelling the garlic, I think you should smell the garlic, and garlic should make your eyes burn like onions make your eyes burn. If you're not smelling it, something is wrong with it. But I remember when I was a little girl, I don't know if we smelled more, picked up on the scent more. But I used to run out the room when they was dicing up garlic because the smell was so strong. I couldn't take it. I always connected it with like elderly people thing because I used to see like my grandmother, my great grandmother, they used to drink garlic. They said it kept them healthy, you know. And I guess it's pretty good because up until today, people still use it. And if you're a type of person that cannot take drinking or eating the raw garlic, then when you prepare your meals, just put a lot in there. Because when you put it in the food, the flavor, whatever it has, is going in. It's going in there. So this don't have to be like completely perfect. As far as what I usually do is cut the onions in half. When you have a large onion, cut it in half. It's just easier to cut for me, right? And I usually dice it up like this.
Hello guys, welcome to the live. Hopefully you are enjoying it. Right now my mom is making curry goat and I'm just watching a read book and I'm making a chicken patty. Never had a frozen chicken patty before, so let's see how it tastes. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, share it, but definitely guys subscribe so you can see more videos such as this. Gold is expensive, it should be perfect. Now turn to the comment guys. Perfection is impossible to achieve.
Onions,
She's
boy,
dicing
onions in my eyes, my
onions
eyes, my
and
eyes.
sweet peppers.
Woo, woo, the
There's a lot of
onions.
onions. She's not gonna use all that
Woo.
onions. Thank you for the compliment, guys.
How does she know so much? Woo, my eyes.
Welcome,
Woo, woo, woo,
Jessica. No, she's
woo.
not making oxtail. She's making goat. It could be the same meat. I don't eat beef or pork, so I don't.
No, it's not the same. Oxtail is different. Goat is from the goat. Ox is from the cow. My eyes, if you guys could
But
see my
she's
eyes,
making
is
curry
right
goat.
there.
Right now she's cutting onions and probably crying because it's burning her eyes.
Yes. Uniquely me and know me so well. She's like, she's not gonna use all that onion. I'm gonna leave this one, this piece on the side.
Thank
Um,
you.
so I have the garlic. Now I'm gonna do some scallions. But you see, as a cook, you gotta push through. I gotta cry. This is tears of love. This is tears of love cooking this food. But I think it must do something. I hope it's like cleansing my eyes and cleaning it or something. Because I thought you just have to be sad to produce the tears. But if you want to cry, just get some onions. If you're an actress or an actor and you cannot make the tears flow, just chop some onions. Should do that commercial, right? But Mia, you should investigate that. See if the onions going into your eyes, if there's any type of medical benefit. Oh, but I don't think so because I still wear glasses and I've been cutting onions for years. Oh my goodness, I cannot see. I gotta pause. Oh my eyes. Oh my goodness. Now my nose is running. That's a strong onion. Let me get a towel, wipe my face. I'll be back. Oh, oh. Oh, oh, that onion. This is a bad boy. This was a white onion. So I learned something. The white onion is stronger than the regular, traditional, what is it, yellowish onion. I'm basically dicing up sweet peppers and right? So dicing up the sweet pepper. Ooh, right? So it's up to you. And all of this is basically going to get dissolved in the curry. It's going to disappear. So your kids, if you're, for all the young kids out there, the parents out there, when I was a little girl and my mother would prepare food, you think this was a lot? My mother, the scallion, my mother used to get this much scallion and dice it up and cook it. So every time you would be eating the food, especially okra, she cooked okra and she used this much scallion in it and garlic. I used to have to like be picking through because I don't want to eat any onions. I don't want any garlic. You know, all I want is the okra. So this is a little bit. So I'm much better. So I don't go overboard like some people. Some people believe you use a whole bunch of stuff is going to make the food taste better. It's not going to make it taste better. It's just like life. You got to balance everything out. A little bit of this, a little bit of this. The problem with why some people food come out too salty or doesn't come out right, you use too much. Just use a little bit. If it's your first time doing something, use a little bit. After you use a little bit, when you taste it, you'll say, okay, next time I'll use a little bit more if you need to use it. But just balance it out. It's going to think. So we have this cut up. So the next thing is, Mia usually takes care of this for me, but I'm gonna be preparing this. Let me write down underneath. Mia, what am I doing next? Let me see how much you know to make curry. What's the next step?
What?
What's the next step?
You gonna put the onion in the pan and I'll fry the meat?
Wow. How long, Mia? That's the next step?
I
She
don't
should
know
know.
what you did. I'm
You see
not
this little
listening
bowl?
to you
Do you
really.
see this
I'm on
bowl?
my iPod.
Do you? Oh, so you're not even paying attention? Do you see this bowl?
What is that? Oh, you're gonna mix up the curry.
Can you see the bowl? That's what I'm asking you.
She's gonna mix up the curry. Once she's done mixing the curry, she'll probably put the meat in the pan to cook first. And then she'll move on from there.
Do you see the bowl? Can you see the
Mom,
bowl?
yes.
Okay, that's what I'm asking you. So what I'm gonna do is
She
I'm
is
gonna put
making curry goat, guys.
a little bit of curry in there. That's about. I'm gonna tell you. That's about. Let me see if I have a.
It's gonna take us all. It's not gonna be cooked when we're done. Still got
Let me get a small spoon. Try to measure
put
it.
it on for like an extra 10 minutes because I'm not eating raw meat.
Just a tiny spoon. I'm trying to measure. So this is about. This is about two. This is about one. This is about two. I don't know what size spoon this is. Just about 2 spoons of that. And then let me see if I can measure this out. This is the jeera. This is ground jeera. I travel all the way to South America just to get this because I don't like the ones that they sell up here. To me, this one from is fresher. Maybe the ones that they sell up here, it's probably been in the store for like longer. But when you go to South America, a place where they actually prepare curry, oh, okay, where they actually prepare curry, you get this. It's fresher. So I think they said the jeera is the cumin. So what I do is take some curry, some jeera. No, give me that. Oh. I'm gonna have to use this in a minute. Huh? Yeah. So can you see this? Do you see this? So basically this is just basically the curry powder and the mixed jeera. Mix it up. What else I'm gonna put in here, Mia?
Aren't you cooking?
You tell me. I've been cooking curry for years and you have always been my assistant. What's gonna go in there?
Water.
You failed. You failed. Before the water, what goes in? I found some hot pepper. I always keep a couple of these frozen. These are we call them bird pepper. Very hot. So I usually cut it. You don't want to cut this with your finger, but I know to cut it and not touch the inside with the seed. This is very hot. Whatever hot pepper you have, you basically put it in there. And then you're gonna want some water. So pour some water into your curry mixture with the hot pepper. Can you see the bowl with me mixing, Mia? You're my eyes. because I'm not able to see from the camera. So basically, this is curry with the mixed jeera and some hot pepper, right? So you want to stir this up. And you want to lay this aside for a few minutes. So now we have to get the stove. So I'm going to put this over here. And Stu was so sweet. He bought me a stove, a little stove, just for Uniquely Mia. So all of us, see, everybody's just trying to support her. We are supporting her. So Stu contributed. He's like, he saw that I wanted a little countertop stove, so I don't have to keep stopping the live and going over there. So he purchased a stove for me. So this is, I'm excited. So I'm excited to use that. So what I'm going to do, I have to clear this. I'm going to leave this in here, but I'm just going to move it because I'm not ready for this yet. I'm going to rest this on my larger stove. And I'm just going to wipe down here and make space. All right. So the next step is to bring the stove over. Look at this. Isn't this beautiful? I never used it before. So Mia have a great support system. Stu support her. I support her. You know, we have been with her in her journey, and this is what we can do. Like I said, if we had the money to pay her tuition for her, we would even do that. But we, can you see the entire stove, Mia? Or do I have to like, can you see the stove? What I have to do? Huh? You seen the stove?
Yes.
You seen the stove?
Okay, yes.
Okay, so.
If you put it the same place, you're gonna see it.
I didn't hear you. What did you say?
If you put it the same place where you put everything else, you're gonna see it.
Well, I'm just making certain. Just make sure. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, so how do you work it? Is it on? Do I have to press this button? Okay, it's on now. So I need to get it hot. Any pot that I get, I'm just so accustomed to like rinsing it. I think I gotta turn it on, right? Is this thing on? How do I know? Like, do I press high? This is the first time. So if anybody have a stove like this, never used it before. So the light is on. It says on. I don't feel it getting hot yet. I know these things here are supposed to come up. What happened? What's going on? It has a knob in front. I don't see it lighting up there. I might have to get Stu down here to check and see what's happening. Let's see. I don't see anything for a temperature. I see it has barbecue fry. You know, I really don't like digital stuff. This thing have a digital thing. Okay, it's on. So
Read the instruction manual.
yeah, if I find the instruction manual. Okay, it's on. That's the only button. Oh, so it has. But if I want, it has like fried chicken. I don't want fried chicken, but anyway, I'll use it. So
Stu the only one watching this. They don't like this
so
video,
you
Mom.
guys see? So what I'm putting the pot on the stove. So what I want is for the pot to basically heat up. You said I'm the only one on? You never know. They probably have some people out there that enjoy cooking food, and you're introducing new recipes to them. This is gonna be a curry goat.
There's not a Coke.
Join the live, please. Share the live, subscribe, support
Ew.
Uniquely Mia. We're making curry goat.
Ten more minutes. I'm cooking it longer than the instruction manual says to cook it for. But I'm not eating nothing that's raw. For the new people watching, my mother is making curry goat. I'm making a chicken patty. First time trying a frozen one, so we'll see how it tastes, guys. Please consider subscribing to the channel, liking the video for more cooking videos.
You know, they said, "Can feel a little heat. It's not hot yet. You want the pot to get hot." I don't understand this knob, because they said the knob is to, okay, it says high. So it's on high right now. This is the first time I'm trying this stove. I'm trying to support Uniquely Mia, and I'm trying to give her a cooking where, because I don't have fancy equipment like she does. So I'm trying to have a central space where I marinate everything, clean everything, and just cook everything. Because once I set the camera up, that's it in the one location. So I have to wait for this to get hot. I feel the heat coming through. And this is a cast iron pot. So it holds heat very well. Should be very good. But once this heats up, what I'm gonna do is add some oil to it. You could use olive oil, whatever oil you want. You could use coconut oil. It's up to you. But if you use coconut oil have a very strong flavor. So I don't cook with coconut oil. I cook with either olive oil or canola oil. You know, I don't like anything with too much, but because I think coconut oil would probably add like an aftertaste to the dish. So it's heating up. So what I'm gonna do is basically add a little oil in there. Oh, still have water. You want to have, before I put the oil in, make sure all of the water dry out of the pan, because I have rinsed the pan out. So if you're enjoying this, if you're enjoying the cooking, and you want Uniquely Mia to bring more cooking content from her mother, as she would say, just type it in or give her a thumbs, give her some love. So you add some oil to the pot. See, not a lot, just a little bit. Because remember, the goat have oil. Oil is going to release oil. So you want this oil to heat up. So let this heat up a little. And you may say, how is it that I'm cooking this meal? Because one of the important things about when you're cooking, you want to be able to taste it. So I have Stu here. He's going to have to taste it because he has to eat it. So I have to cook it to satisfy his taste buds. So he's going to taste it. And a lot of people do not prepare their curry this way, but this is how I prepare my curry, and I think it's fantastic. I had a woman, she was in her 90s, and she had a restaurant, and I went and I had a curry, and The curry was so incredible. I kept going back every day just for this curry. And one day I built up the courage to go and ask her, can you please tell me what is the secret to this curry? Because this curry was better than my mother curry, better than my grandma curry, better than all the curry I ever had. It was so incredible. And she told me the secret is, and I'm going to share the secret with y'all because that's what we do it uniquely. We are very unique. When we come upon great information, we share it. There's no reason for me to keep it to myself. You should be enjoying delicious curry at home. So what you would do, the secret to a fantastic curry is you mix some of the curry and the jeera and the hot pepper in water and you heat up the oil and then you drop it. Woo, look at that. You drop it in there. Woo. Oh my goodness, it smells so good. So what we're trying to do is basically fry up this curry. That pot was hotter than I think. It was hotter than I thought. So basically, frying up the curry. You don't want, and then the pepper that you put in there, well, that I put in there, you want to you turn down the temperature. I don't want to burn the curry, so okay, this is just to turn the temperature down a little. I don't want it to burn, so I turn down the temperature. You just want to fry it. And if it's sticking too much on the bottom, that means you burn it, so you don't want it to burn. You just want it to take its time and basically fry up. So I'm dropping it. It was really on high. It smells so good. It smells so good in here. So any curry that you're making, if you're making curry shrimp, curry chicken, whatever curry beef, this is how you should try it this way. This is how I prepare the curry. So I'm basically frying up the curry mixture with the water, and I'm mashing up the hot pepper in it because the hot pepper is basically fusing in with the curry and the jeera mixture. It smells so good, and the food ain't even started cooking yet. This is just me frying up curry. So basically, you fry it up for a few minutes. You fry it up for a few minutes, and then remember that meat that we marinate, we season up, and we want to bring it and add it to this pot. All right, so this is, you see that? Look at this. See how you see the texture of it? This is a very, or even if you don't eat meat, you could just do like a curry potato with like chickpeas. Follow the recipe the same way, and then you add the potatoes in, and then your onions and everything, and the chickpeas, and then put a little water to cover it and let it boil. So let's bring over that meat that we marinated. Now you're gonna see this meat. It's gonna release a lot of water because even though I drained some of the water out, it's gonna release a lot. So I basically turn the stove up a little. I want this to basically, the curry that I fried up, I want it to get around the meat. And it's okay that it release water because you want gravy. You want gravy in this. Oh, and another thing, curry is something that stains your clothes. So if you're cooking or eating curry, do not use anything white. It's very difficult to to get out. Notice the temperature in the pot drop because the meat is cold.
Okay, guys, glad you could stop by, E-Money. My mother is making curry goat, and we'll try this chicken patty together. So it looks like a normal chicken patty, I suppose.
This smells so good. It smells really, really good. I'm basically dropping pieces of the meat
Wait, somebody's here to check. Let me see something.
into the stove, into the pot.
Or not.
And what I want to
Tenants
do
cleaning the
is,
room still. They probably
like,
shouldn't notify them that people's right here. I already cleaned my room. How did this happen?
I would like some of the meat that's on the bottom to bring it to the top. We're just trying to just fry this up a little.
They're hot. Are you going to check rooms or not? What are they doing? It's okay, guys. I'm coming back though.
So I have it on high. So how was everyone's day today? Thank you guys for joining the live. Thank you for supporting me or subscribing. Thank you for your comments. Please continue to support her.
Somebody's there. Where's my water? Did I run out of water? Oh well, it seems as I ran out of water. I have no choice but to drink this. When it's
And like I said,
not be
in
buying
preparing
anymore.
this,
The chicken patty, guys, it's pretty good. It's not terrible, but I've had better.
high.
So it's definitely passable. This was the Goya version of it. It's hot. It's hot. It is hot.
Is it good?
It's pretty good, but the factory is better. I overcooked mine because I cooked mine for like 50 minutes, and I think that's the perfect amount of time. The packaging says 45. It's good. I mean,
you know why? Do you know why the factory beef patty is better?
Hope I like it, girl.
Huh? Exactly. It's fresher. They make it there. That's what I was saying. This goat meat. Like if you go to like a real butcher shop, like we went to that butcher, they had the live chicken, they had the cow. You get the fresh meat, and it should not smell. It do not smell. You know, if you get when you go to the supermarket, certain things you shouldn't buy on sale. You should not buy certain things on sale, like meat and stuff like that, because when you go home, the color is not correct. Fish, seafood, they put it on sale. So basically, after this is basically heating up, and this is why it's important. If you could marinate your meat overnight, it's better for you. Marinate that meat overnight. But I didn't know Stu wanted curry goat. He just said, "Hey, he felt like he had some curry goat," and when we got in the house, so I thought he was purchasing rabbit. That's what I thought he was buying, and I don't know how to prepare rabbits. That's something that he does. So what I'm doing, I'm throwing in the garlic first.
How do you eat a pretty rabbit?
With a little bit of the onions. Throw that in first. And then I'm gonna just basically toss it around because I want that garlic to just fall mix up really well with every piece of meat in there. I don't just want it to sit on top. And like I said, goat is something that is very tough. So this is gonna be a minute boiling. So might start it on here and then put it on the stove because it'll cook quicker. Because this little stove seems to
It's really hot.
cook fire is not as powerful as your gas stove. So I'm just starting it here so you guys see the process of it. And then I think I'm going to transfer it over to the stove. And when I finish this, what I'm going to do is put on the rice. I'll put on some rice. Maybe this pot here is probably good to cook some rice because the rice don't have to really rush and cook. So like if you have fresh thyme now, you would put your thyme in there. You would drop your hot pepper in there. But a Scotch bonnet pepper, low battery. Plug up my own.
If my eyes are big while I'm chewing this, is because the meat is really hot.
Huh?
This meat inside the patty is really hot.
Oh, that means
Burning my mouth.
You mean hot with pepper or hot with heat?
Hot with heat.
Oh.
This has no spice whatsoever at all.
Oh, so it's bland?
I mean, it has taste, but it's not spicy.
Oh, so you wanted some pepper in there. You don't have no hot sauce?
No.
Now, if you're making like curry chicken or curry beef, because it's not as tough as the goat, at this point, you would throw your potatoes in. But if I put potatoes in this goat now, it's basically going to mash up because the goat it has to boil for at least, I would say, 2 hours on like, not medium, a little less than medium, but not low. You want it to take its time and cook. So what I'm going to do is add some water. The same bowl that I season up the curry in, I'm using back the
It's really flaky.
that left.
Pastry keeps falling in.
And I know people have like slow cooker. I guess you could like prepare it in your slow cooker too. Just season it up and do it the way I said. And let it take time and cook. And I'm putting enough water because this is basically it's gonna go down. I just want it to, you have to get soft. So what I would do is, if I had time now, I would add the thyme to it. I'm gonna add a little black pepper to it. I'm not gonna add any salt. That's one thing. It's because I use the all-purpose seasoning. Oh, this is good. This pot is not even hot. Because I use the all-purpose seasoning and the different stuff, it don't need any salt. So what I'm gonna do is let this marinate up. And anytime I cook some curry, one more thing.
8 out of 10 for a chicken patty.
But that's pretty good. It was good. Huh?
Yeah, it was good. Wasn't the best, but it was 8 out of 10.
So what I'm gonna do, I take a little piece of lemon, just a little piece, not a lot.
It was
Basically squeeze the juice, just a little tip. We don't want to, just a little bit. I think curry and lemon, this is another secret. I think curry and lemon go well together. Just a little bit of lemon juice in it. A lot of people don't know that, especially if you do curry fish. So we want this to start cooking up, bubbling up. So what I'm gonna do, if you have a pressure cooker, you could use the pressure cooker. I'm gonna put aluminum foil. I have the cover for this pot, but I just want it to steam a little more. So and then I'm gonna put the cover on top of it. I'm just basically like trying to seal it. So this is just by using the aluminum foil on it. This will just keep the heat in there and just make the cooking process a little quicker. This is why I use the aluminum foil on it, because otherwise, if you just use the cover, it's going to be boiling for a very long time. Goat is something that's very tough. So this is just basically a kind of seal for the edge. This is what I do. Everybody cook the way they want to cook. You know, if it's me, I would just drop it in a pressure cooker and just let it go. So That's it for this. You want me to continue with the curry eggs?
I hit my toe on a chair. That thing hurts.
Well, how did you hit your toe? I don't even feel hungry anymore for the curry egg. I think I'll save the curry egg for another day. Um, what I want to prepare next, I have to wash all those dishes and I have to put some rice to some brown rice, but the brown rice is going to be finished long before this goat is finished. So what I think we should do, Mia, is we can post videos of the final of your final the final curry goat when it's finished.
Okay, guys, you heard it right from the source. So thank you so much for tuning into this live. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and share the video. Once the food is finished, we'll post some videos and YouTube shorts for you all. So have a great rest of your day, guys, and we'll be back with more live videos soon. Bye bye. Please subscribe, guys. Thanks for your support.